Yo, what's going on? Today we are back with another video, part of my tips and tricks videos. We are going to be covering crypto this time, as you probably know from the title, the thumbnail, all that good stuff. But yeah, as you can see, we're in the drone. You can see crypto right there. So yeah, firstly, let's intro this a little bit with covering crypto himself. There's a cool few things that I want to, like, I personally find him a very interesting character. Like, I know people find the drone gameplay boring, but personally, I really love playing this character. I learned to play him in Season 8 Split 2. So, Season 8 started probably, like, February of 2021. I started, like, really late into Season 7. I was, like, 2-3 weeks maybe before Season 8 started. So yeah, the reason I learned him is because he used to give assists on scans for Bloodhound scans. Now, Crypto Drone still does, Bloodhound doesn't. But people used to steal Bloodhound from me, and I was like, right, well, who can I learn that still does? Because I'm not, like, a kill-heavy person. I want the assists. And found out that Crypto would work. Now, at that point, I didn't know he was one of the hardest characters to learn and master. I really didn't know what I was getting myself in for, but because I was so new, obviously I was like, okay, fuck it, let's go. And I went and did it. I learned everything I could. All my friends were telling me, oh, he's an M&K legend, you're a roller, don't learn him, he's gonna be, like, even harder because of your input too. But I was like, fuck it. We'll learn as we go. But yeah, so on that front, let's get into his actual drone. So with his drone, as you can see in the bottom left, it has a health bar. That is 50 HP. If it gets hit with any damage of 50, it will get destroyed. Now, this includes Watson fences, but not caustic gas, right? Watson fences will do 15 damage. As far as I remember anyway, caustic gas doesn't affect it. I can't remember the last time I tested it against caustic gas, to be honest. But Watson fences do 15 damage, so any more than 3 times, and your drone will get destroyed. You also see the remaining range thing on the bottom. You see when it went yellow, that's 150 meters. When it goes red, that's 200 meters. You can still interact with things within 7 meters. So you can see. Say distance to the target, 6 meters. Seven meters. If I take it to 8 though. I can't interact with the door anymore. So it's kind of finicky, right? But so long as the UAV, let's say there was one on this box, so long as it was like the little box thing that's on it that the other legends lift up to put the key thing in to scan it, as long as that is facing like the way that your drone is, you'd be able to scan it. Oh, I've just used my EMP without meaning to. However, if it was on the other side, obviously I wouldn't be able to hit it because I'm not able to get round round the UAV thing. Now, something quite useful. We don't need a EMP at the moment, so we'll leave that to charge. Something useful with that 200 meter range, it is from Crypto himself. Part of his passive is these. Now this got changed. It used to be only in the drone, but now whenever the drone is out, you can see it. And you saw that Crypto like on the left in the where the kill feed would be. On the right, sorry, not the left. On the right, sorry, where the kill feed would be, or below where the kill feed would be. It said no enemies in the area, right? Because obviously I'm in the firing range. There's no enemies in the area. If I go in the drone,
Yeah, there are no squads near.
you'll see it again, right?
Out of my drone. I'm good to go.
Now,
Chua, there are no squads
I
near
can also
us.
ping the banners to do the same thing.
Forget that.
Anything above 4, though, it will say, it might actually be 4 and above, but it will say there are many squads in the area, right? So you will have to communicate how many to your teammates. Now, this is very good though, because it roughly translates the 200-meter range to your mini map in the game, right? So if you can throw your drone out
Signaling my drone back.
when you enter a new POI.
Yeah, there are no squads near.
Okay, there's nobody in my mini map right now, and then let's say that turned to a 1. You go, okay,
Yeah, there are no squads.
I don't know where, but a team has just entered into my minimap. So let me use my drone. Okay, let's fly up. Let's see if I can find them. Like, type shit, right?
Off my drone.
When your drone is
Chua, there are no squads near us.
used like that, you saw that the car reloaded, and I don't have a gold mag. It will do this for both weapons. It will just do them one at a time.
Chua, there are no squads
Oh,
near
okay. The R9 reloaded from its gold mag before hand, right? So what we'll do is we'll do this, switch back, then go in the drone, and you'll see R9 car, right? So obviously, if you have an R9, while it's currently, or any weapon that has a gold mag, it's probably better for you to stick that, like, switch to your car. Obviously, you won't probably run this loadout anyway, to be fair. This is very, very close range. But I'm using it as an example. Let's say this is a flatline. You switch to your flatline, you have a purple mag. Okay, I'm going to reload it like whilst I'm playing with my drone. And then the gold mag weapon would automatically reload anyway. So you'd be already, like, golden. We covered that it can interact with doors. Obviously, if there's a Watson fence on the other side of the doors will end up like this. If there's somebody playing this door on the inside and your teammate is on the outside holding the door, you can tell them, right, 1 second, right, move, open the door. They can hopefully one-clip the guy who's just sitting there crouched, thinking he's safe behind the door. Alright. It can interact instantly with the UAV beacons, as I already covered, banners, respawn beacons, care packages. Care packages, it can open them and, like, look what's in them, obviously because you're flying the drone. So it's quite useful to have that if you don't have a skirmisher to scan the care packages. Respawn beacons, your normal respawn beacon normally takes 5 seconds, like press and hold, and the mobiles usually take 7. Both are instant with Crypto Drone. Like, if Crypto himself does it, yeah, it takes those times. But if you're using the drone and you just interact with it, boom, instant res, teammates come back. Banners, same thing, no animation picking them up. Drone just flies in, interacts, picks them up, go, that, out you go. You can open loot bins, so it's quite useful with the new reset of loot bins to check if it's worthwhile going out into potentially dangerous area to collect gold items from a gold bin, or whether you can just, like, leave it and say, fuck it, I don't need that shit. However, it cannot open the mythic bins, press and hold. I'm assuming that's part of why. But that doesn't make sense as to why you can't collect Evo harvesters. Now, I think they've made it so that the Evo harvester just can't be targeted by the drone, because it would be quite overpowered if you could go within 200 meters of a Evo harvester anywhere on the map and collect it with a drone. Right? Think about it. Obviously in Pylon,
Signaling my drone.
on Storm Point, and on Kings Canyon, whenever it comes back into rotation, there are charge towers.
There are no squads near us.
You also can't activate the charge tower, right?
Backing out of my drone. I'm good to go.
We covered the whole open doors. You can open a door that's at long range to allow your team to snipe through it at the team that's playing that building as well. It's quite a useful tool, to be honest, with griefing teams. His kit relies upon hack, which is the drone's name, by the way. Everybody calls it drone. Cool, whatever. We know what you mean when you're talking to a crypto and you say, "Oh, can you get your drone out there?" Cool, whatever. But it does have a name, like Doc does for Lifeline, but everybody just calls them both drone. So yeah. Without further ado, let's move on to the EMP and all the useful information about that. Alrighty then, let's move on to EMP. We have our EMP right now, but we are going to grab these real quick because I fucked that up. So, EMP has a range of 30 meters. I've been testing it by putting my drone on this corner. I get my distance to drone in the bottom left to 30 meters, and I pop my ult. You can see that hit me at 29, but didn't hit me at 30. You see the little like effect that comes around the screen when you're getting hit. Now, network expansion puts that to like 37 meters. So do be wary. Why would anybody do anything, however, than take off the grid? Which we're going to cover the perks in a moment, but we're going to take off the grid just to show you something that's up with. You see his like screen on his little tablet thing? If I take the perk, you can still see it. So do bear that in mind when you are playing crypto, that somebody might look for that screen, because everybody pretty much knows now that you can see that screen. But yeah, so back to the EMP. It has a 30 meter radius. It deals 50 shield damage. So if you've already cracked somebody, it's useless to EMP them. Now fortified legends, so that's Caustic, Newcastle, Gibby, they take 43 damage instead, right? Because it's reduced by 15%. If you would like to see EMP interactions between different legend abilities and cryptos like EMP, then I definitely recommend a video that not long got put out by the one and only goated analyst of Team Falcons. He goes by Privacy. Awesome fucking dude. I'm always in his streams because he streams on Twitch. I'll probably put a link to that also and his Twitter in the description as well. I always feel like I come away from his streams learning something anytime he talks about like a VOD review, or like even the drone EMP like video he did. I was in the stream when he was like doing all the testing and stuff. It's in that video. And I even learned stuff about certain interactions that I didn't know. Which is good because obviously I learned something, but also that I didn't know. But also I will think of little niche things because I know about the EMP and how it interacts with a lot of things. I'll think of little niche things that other people won't think of. So like I asked him, I said, look, I don't think it will do anything to it, but can you test if it will get rid of the energized portion of the energized zip if you hit a Pathfinder zip? And he tested it, and you'll see in the video it doesn't actually affect it. But the reason I thought about that was because, like, hang on a minute, if you have an energized Newcastle ult and you EMP it, it just gets rid of the energized part, right? The ult still stays there, but the energized part just disappears. So I was like, well, what about the... I don't think it'll affect the zip, but what, if anything, does it affect the zip? Like, can you test it? And he tested it. So, there you go. I think of them little, like, niche things. So it's quite useful for me, and it's obviously useful for other people as well. Because I get, like, closure on things. I'm like, oh, here's a theory. Or, like, people who didn't know things that I did know will also learn alongside me what I don't know. Hell, there were some interactions in that video where they had to go into a custom game to test it because in the firing range it behaves slightly different. So, but yeah, be sure to check that video out. Check out his streams and his Twitter down below in the description. I'll put all of those in there because fucking privacy is the goat. Like, I love chilling in that guy's streams. So be sure to go and learn from him. But yeah, basically that's pretty much it with EMP. The only thing I will say is quite a useful thing to do if you know somebody's in that building, for example, pre-place your drone to EMP them so that you can push them, right? If I'm, let's say this is a glass, look, you see through the glass I can scan the door, right? So let's say this is glass, I know I can't go, let's say that this wall here is solid, there's no doorway, right? So I know that they can't go past my ping. I'm like, okay, well, 27 meters, 26 meters, that's in my range. I'm gonna EMP them. Alright, now the reason I say this is because in scrims, we had a team that in the command center section, you know, the middle part of Siphon, they were scanning us through a window like this. Like, it was smart, obviously, right? It showed some level of experience with crypto. However, he didn't ping to see whether it was going to take out the Watson fences. And I was on Watson, and I put up fences, and they didn't take the fences out with EMP. So, by the time that they pushed, it was pointless to have EMP'd us in the first place, because we've already healed. And it also ended up in me nearly 1v3ing them. So, and I probably would have 1v3'd them had I had another gun besides my secondary, because I had a Prowler and a Sentinel. So if my secondary wasn't a Sentinel, I probably would have 1v3'd him. So, but that's the nature of the role that I play. Snipers and marksman rifles and those kind of weapons that I tend to use, I have to heavily rely on the first gun, and in that case it was a Prowler, so I am very, very comfortable with a Prowler, which is why I often take it as my like main close quarter fighting gun. But yeah, so with that out of the way, let's get into the perks. So we're going to cover the perks now. Now, the meta is taking off the grid. You turn invisible. Like, come on. Network expansion, not really that great. Especially since the increased range might cause you to like mess up and push and you self-EMP accidentally. Whereas if you didn't have the extended range, you wouldn't have done. You could stun your teammates when you don't mean to. And the EMP stun will stun everyone it hits. Like, that doesn't matter. The only ones who don't take damage when they're hit by the EMP are the teammates of the crypto that's using the EMP. So even the crypto himself will take it. So that's something to bear in mind. But yeah, so it's not a good perk, really. And I hope whenever they do another pass up the perks, probably at the beginning of next season, they take that perk away. I hope, anyway. Now, purple perks, on the other hand, the current meta is this particular perk, the satellite imagery perk. Primarily because of the scan on ult hit. If you are pushing a building, you EMP the building, you can see everybody in the building, or everybody that got hit by your EMP. So it might, if you EMP between two buildings, you can see both buildings, basically, for 4 seconds. The scan duration, the 1.5, that is on, like,
Yeah, there are no squads near us.
that scan. So if they go out of my range, you see it instantly disappears. Now with the perk, it doesn't. It stays on them for 1.5 seconds.
Backing out of my drone. I'm good
So
to go. I'm recalling my drone.
basically it's useless.
Can't fight with obsolete tech.
So pretty much the only reason people are picking that is the scan on alt hit. Now, if you're somebody who gets your drone destroyed a lot, and I'm less careful in ranked, so that does happen to me in ranked, to be honest. But the speed up drone recharge is very good. Now, I have a clip that I got when I was in the firing range with a couple of friends. We were fucking about doing Kraber no scopes. It was quite funny. But anyway, I went and tested the difference between the base and with the perk. Now, what I forgot is I had a gold helmet on. So the results are slightly skewed, but I'm going to show you those clips real quickly now. You'll see that it's kind of like the continuity is kind of out because I'm like up there in one of the tubes. But yeah, and we'll see you in a minute when you come back. 15 seconds. I shot it. This is without the perk.
Upgraded.
As you just saw. It was 15. 15 seconds I shot it on. And it's back at basically 40. That's basically 15 seconds. And we're back. So, as you can see, with the gold helmet, a base is about 25 seconds, give or take. And the base, the perk with the gold helmet is 15 seconds. So I'm guessing that the perk itself takes about 10 seconds off. I have not confirmed this. I have no way of like really confirming it, to be honest. I don't think it's on the wiki. Now on the wiki it does say that the gold helmet reduces cooldowns by 20%. So if you guys didn't know that, there you go. That's another little added piece of information. So I'm gonna guess that since the base cooldown without the gold helmet is 30 and it's around 25, that we're gonna just basically call it 5 seconds, right? Just for argument's sake, without doing the actual maths. And it's too late in the morning, from like early in the morning, late at night for me, as I'm recording this, for me to do that math. But yeah, 20%, we'll call it like 5 seconds, and the perk takes it to 15. So I understand basically if the gold helmet isn't there, that the base of the perk would be, or base with the perk, should I say, would be 20 seconds. So a massive difference, like 1/3 of the cooldown taken away, purely by just having a perk after hitting purple.
I should pick an upgrade.
But yeah, you've seen that in a clip. Now let's show you the other part of the quest. Other part of the perk, which is you basically, anytime your drone gets destroyed or you EMP, you get bang passive. So it's quite useful when you're pushing a building. Now, if you've got bang passive, right, and the scan on alt, this perk would be fucking busted. But it would be so good. But yeah, so that's a thing to watch out for. Basically, that's all there is on the perks. But what we're going to do is we're going to quickly get ready for our next section, which is useful tech to know with crypto. Now, for the useful techie things with the drone, obviously we already covered one of them, which obviously we use this as a glass window. That's kind of something to remember. We also covered the fact that you can like pre-place drone and then EMP. I don't have to call that back like that. We also called the whole like throw it out, recall it when you enter into a new POI. Now, one thing I love about one of the techie things you can do with crypto is you can throw his drone out, pop an ult Xer, whilst invisible. Right. And then I have my EMP, right? So, another techie thing. I've already taken shield damage. Oh, actually, before we do that, let's show you can do... I pressed the wrong button. So yeah, you can do it with healing items as well. Alright. So, quite a useful thing to remember is an EMP takes slightly less time than a bat to go off. So if you say you're in the building and this guy is pushing you, right? You've already taken shield damage. See, my health is full. Oh, he took damage, so I can just fry his ass. Right? Now, you know what? Actually, we're not gonna pop the OXLs. However, we are going to nade ourselves when we get up here.
Grenade out.
So that we've taken damage. Right? And that's something that's also possible when your drone, let's say your drone's already out, let's say you've already got it, like, in fact, you know what, we'll do it over here, because there is actually a bot in a building, over here. So, let's say this guy is pushing us, and I already have my drone, like, up, watching an angle, because, I don't know, we were playing down here, for some reason. I can pop EMP and pop a bat. I got EMP'd, but I'm full health. He's not going to be. All the useful things to do. Right. Another techie thing. Drone does not take zone damage. So, let's for argument's sake say
I'm recalling my drone.
We'll go over here actually for this. Let's say this hole that this dummy has just spawned in. Let's say the edge of zone is like right outside of it. But I'm expecting people to potentially come through there. Right? So my drone is now in zone. So it should be taking zone damage, but it's not. Because it doesn't take zone damage. I can use that to watch my back whilst I and my teammates are looking at 3 different directions out here. Quite useful. Right? So yeah. That also goes for the UAVs and stuff. Like interactables outside of zone. Because you don't take zone damage, you can go and interact with it. So you can res your teammates outside of zone. If they've got enough time to get into zone, or like heal enough to be able to make it to the edge of zone, so where you can go in, punch them into zone so you can res them. Cool, whatever. Like, whatever you have to do to get them back. Right? We already covered the whole thing of with those interactables is instant. So as a crypto, you should be trying to when a fight looks bad, you should be like be trying to escape. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, there are no squads.
Okay, now they won't find me. Hopefully. Okay. Now I'm just gonna like keep my drone out of harm's way so that I don't turn back visible. This team will like loot my teammates and then fuck off. I then fly in, grab the banners,
Signaling my drone back.
and go on res. Cool. We covered the perks thing. We covered UAVs and all the like interactables. We covered the useful interactions with the doors. I can't remember whether we covered if you have a vault key. So if you have a vault key in your inventory, it kind of is a techie thing, so we'll include it here anyway, just in case I didn't mention it when we were on about the drone itself. But yeah, if you have a vault key in your inventory as crypto, so you know you have your bag space here, inventory bag, whatever you want to call it. If you have a vault key in that on Olympus when you're in the Icarus ship, or on World's Edge, if you have any of the vault keys and you're close to a vault, you can obviously go to within 200 meters of that vault. As your teammates are running up, you can open the vault. And also you'll know if there's enemies in the area, because when you go your drone out, you get the notification. And obviously you can position your drone to watch your teammates and yours backs whilst you're in the loot vault. And obviously if people shoot your drone, you'll know they're there. So 90% of the time anyway, if people get into a position where they can shoot your drone, unless it's at range, so basically you place your drone in a weird bad spot, typically they'll be in range to be scanned as well, so you'll know that they're anyway. We've covered the whole self EMP, healing damage whilst in drone, using an alt XL whilst in drone, like all those techie things. We covered the like scan through glass. So yeah, honestly, that's basically all there is to crypto. I say all there is. There's a lot to unpack. I'm not even sure how long this video is going to be. I've still yet to edit it, and I've actually recorded these in like segments, so hopefully it will all flow well together. But if there is another legend you'd like to see me do, be sure to comment that in the comment section. If you've enjoyed this video, found it anyway informative, like, oh, I didn't know that about crypto, I would appreciate it if you dropped the video a like. If in any way you enjoyed the video, like, oh, okay, I learned something I need to be wary of, I need to be careful of a crypto placing his drone where I can't shoot it and EMPing me, like, kind of thing. Like, if you enjoyed the video in any way, please just drop a like. It helps the algorithm, it helps it push it to more people, and obviously there's a bunch of people making these kinds of videos at the moment for crypto who have played crypto for a long time, so it pushing mine to the algorithm I would very much appreciate. And yeah, leave a comment what legend you'd like me to do next, or in the future in general, what you would like to see, because I'm probably going to end up doing Catalyst next, considering I haven't obviously put this video out and therefore haven't seen the comments to make the next requested, you know what I mean? Like, if people go, oh, I want to see you do Bloodhound. Well, for one, I don't know a lot about Bloodhound, so I probably would struggle with that one. But any ones that I'm like, I'm probably going to struggle with that one, I will probably comment back, oh yeah, probably not going to happen. But any that I do know a fair bit about, Vantage, Catalyst, they're probably going to get done anyway if I don't get suggestions from you guys in the comments. So again, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I appreciate you for watching, and I hope you found something worthwhile in the video. I'm going to end the video there. Thank you very much for watching. Peace.